Sure.
You know, I wanted to go to my friend's office last week on Wednesday. It was so
Hi everybody, welcome to the final night of round 1 of Theatrefest here. Just talk a little bit about what Theatrefest is before we get started here. I know a lot of you have probably been here before, but I'll go through it anyway. So Theatrefest is a year-long program where we take the process of getting a show produced in the real world, which usually lasts from 5 to 6 years, and we go ahead and condense it into 1 year. And we try to mirror what happens in the real world. So there's 3 stages. So this is this first stage. It's a live reading of the show. So the actors are going to come out. They're going to have seats. If they're sitting, that means they're off stage. When they stand up, they're on stage, and they're going to read off of these scripts on these stands here. So then the next round, a couple shows will be selected to move on to black box theater, which is there's no sets or very little lighting, no costumes, just acting, but there is movement that will take place in the main campus in the little theater. And then from there, 2 shows are chosen to be fully produced with budget, lights, sound, costumes, anything else that they need to put into their show. It's a really great process. It's a very unique thing that we do. So that's a little bit about Theatrefest. We have 3 shows for you tonight, and after each show there's going to be a talk back. And we really, really, really encourage you guys to give your criticism, whether it's good or constructive criticism, because it really helps the writer change the show to move on to the next round if they do so, or just rewrite it for their own purposes. It's really the whole reason that we do this thing is so for the criticism. So don't be afraid to say something. And so with that, we'll go ahead and move on to our first show tonight, which is called Front End Frenzy. It's written by Eddie Feely, directed by Mike Villanueva, and stage managed by Emily Shea. So enjoy.
Front End Frenzy. Act 1, Scene 1. The show takes place at the front end of a supermarket, Heartmart. The backdrop is a window looking out to the parking lot with a sign Heartmart visible in the distance. There are 2 registers, each with a cash register and plastic bags. They are vertical to one another, both facing stage right, lined up like you would see in a supermarket. Between the 2 registers is a rack of tabloids and candy. In the back left corner, there is a stack of small handheld shopping baskets. In the back right corner is a small podium with a ledger on it. Behind the register to the left is Ellie, an ideal model teenage employee. Manning the second register is John, an inept young man who isn't as put together as Ellie, but is trying his best. Their uniforms are red shirts with green aprons and hats. It's a slow day at Heartmart, and John is passing the time by talking to Ellie, who is more interested in focusing on work. The 2 of them are in the middle of a heated debate.
You're insane!
I am not. I'm just saying that paper bags are way better than plastic bags.
Why would you possibly think that?
Well, because A, paper bags hold more items.
Plastic bags can hold just as much. If you fill up a paper bag completely, it's too heavy for the customer to carry.
B, they're far more sturdy. And C, they don't break as often.
That means the same thing.
What?
Mia, the front-end manager, enters during this rant. She wears a black blouse and a green apron. She has a disinterested, tired demeanor. She doesn't want to be here.
Sturdy and not breaking as often mean the same thing. And those things break all the time. At least when a plastic bag breaks, you can just put it in another plastic bag. When a paper bag breaks, you have to unpack it and put it in another bag. When the handle of a plastic bag breaks, you can just tie it up. But with a paper bag, that bag's just done. It's a complete waste of the customer's time.
The great bag debate wages on, I see.
Oh, hi, Mia.
What's up, Ellie? Hey, John.
Hey, Mia, can you settle this debate for us? Paper or plastic?
Oh, easy. Plastic.
But why?
Because they're recyclable.
I'm pretty sure the paper bags are more recyclable.
Nah, I mean reusable. You can use those bags to line up little trash bins or pick up dog poop.
That's disgusting! We can't ruin the Heartmart logo with poop.
Whatever. It's still more useful than a paper bag.
Well, I just think it's way more fun bagging into a paper bag. It's sort of like Tetris.
Sure, whatever. Sounds nice. Listen, guys, we've got some new employees coming in today, so you two are on training duty.
New employees? I didn't know we were hiring.
Yeah, it's hard enough to get hours. Aren't you supposed to train them?
Yeah, but as your boss, I'm delegating the work I don't want to do to you.
How professional.
I'm the front-end manager of a grocery store. I don't need to be professional.
How will we know who they are?
They'll be the ones you don't recognize wearing uniforms.
Charles, the store manager, enters. He is wearing a full suit and is all business. When he enters, Ellie stands and salutes.
Mia, are you keeping your employees in line? Today's a big day. At ease, Ellie.
Sir, yes, sir!
Charles, why are you here? You're the manager of this entire store. Shouldn't you be, managing stuff?
Usually I am. Today's an important day. I just received word from corporate that we're due for a surprise inspection.
A surprise inspection?
That's right, Dave.
It's John. Dave's a 60-year-old guy who works a night shift and lives with his mother.
How would a surprise inspection work?
I'm glad you asked, Ellie. A representative from corporate is going to come in here today, undercover, to observe our efficiency.
So they're gonna come here disguised as a customer?
Maybe. But you have to remember how crafty corporate is. I know how you usually run things down here, Mia, but I can't have any of your devil-may-care leadership today. You have to treat each customer as if they're the inspector and keep an eye out for any crafty ways they could sneak in here.
Yeah, sure, whatever, boss. You can count on us. Whatever.
But Manager Charles, sir, boss, Mia said we have some new employees coming in today. You don't think that training them would get in the way, do you?
I think the contrary. You're the most competent person out of everyone on the front end. If the inspector sees how effortlessly you train the new guys, we're bound to get a good grade. Plus, if Jack here screws up, we can just say he's one of the newbies.
It's John. Jack was fired last week for deflating a watermelon.
I don't care. Remember, kids, best behavior today. Work like someone's watching because someone is watching.
Charles leaves.
Well, you heard the man. You guys keep doing that while I do my job.
Mia walks over to the manager podium, takes out a magazine, and reads it.
Mia, you're supposed to be helping us!
Ellie, you know that means she's not paying attention.
John, do we have everything we need to train these new ones as if they get here?
Honestly, I kind of forgot my own training. It was a long time ago.
You started working here a month ago.
Yeah, and Mia trained me.
Look, we'll go into the break room and briefly recap the training points, get the supplies, and meet the new hirees. How's that sound?
Sounds miserable.
Well, tough cookies.
Ellie and John exit. Mia doesn't notice.
Make sure you keep the bags light, John.
Clarence and Lisa enter, both wearing casual clothing. Clarence has a nasty, scheming presence, while Lisa is more polite and sweet, if a bit nervous. Clarence begins inspecting the registers while Lisa wanders around. When Lisa walks over to the manager podium, Mia notices Lisa, but doesn't look up from her magazine.
You want the new ones? Good. Your uniform should be in the closet. Get John and Ellie to help you out. It's time for my hour bathroom break.
Mia leaves.
Excellent job getting rid of that pesky manager, Lisa. We wouldn't want her catching on to us, now would we?
I don't think she's going to. She just said we're new employees or something.
Even better, we're officially undercover.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
Of course I'm sure. Our manager said that Heartmart was getting a surprise inspection today, and when they fail, they'll be shut down. We have to make sure they fail, and the best way is to sabotage the inspection. Soon, Heartmart will fall under the power of Duperstore.
But how will we know who the inspector is?
Easy. When we see the horrid Heartmart employees treat a customer particularly well, we'll make sure to get in there and give them a bad time.
I don't know. That all seems kind of iffy.
You seem kind of iffy. Now let's change to these horrid uniforms.
They exit, blackout. A few minutes later, the lights come back on. An old woman, Thomasina, wanders on stage, looking around confused. Lisa enters, now wearing a Heartmart uniform.
Excuse me, miss.
Oh, hello. I work here, totally, yeah. How can I help you? No, I mean not help. No, I mean help.
Do you know where the green is?
Excuse me?
Do you know where the green is?
What green?
What? I can't hear you, dearie. You'll have to speak up.
I said what green?
Heavens, child, you sound like a soft breeze. I said I can't hear you.
What green?
John and Ellie enter. When he sees Lisa, John stops where he is, staring at her. He's smitten. Ellie, confused, looks over at Lisa, notices the confused Thomasina, and rushes over panicked.
I am so sorry, ma'am. She just got here and hasn't gone through training yet. She doesn't quite know where everything is.
Quite all right, dear. Do you know where the green thing is?
Is it used at cookouts?
Yes.
Is it used on burgers?
Yes.
Is it also used in salads?
No, that would be strange.
Does it come in other colors?
I think I saw a red one before, maybe purple. I'm not sure, dearie. My memory isn't what it used to be.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but they stopped producing green ketchup years ago.
Oh, That's quite all right, love.
If you want, I can direct you to a substitute product. It's ketchup, but red.
That sounds delightful, dear. But I'm all right. I might not be as young as I used to be, but I think I could find something as odd as red ketchup myself.
I understand, ma'am, and I hope you enjoy your time at Heart Mart.
You too, dear.
Thomasina exits.
All right, you're new, so you get a pass. But you shouldn't already be in uniform. You have to go through training first.
Sorry, the manager told me to get my uniform.
Manager? Oh, come on, Mia. It's fine. It's fine. Like I said, you're new. You, on the other hand. John! John!
What?
You froze up back there. What gives?
I'm sorry. It's just yeah.
Whatever. We have work to do. Newbie, come over here.
Lisa walks over to John and Ellie.
What's your name?
Lisa. My name's Lisa.
Nice to meet you, Lisa. I'm Ellie, and I'll be training you alongside my colleague.
All right, and what's your name?
Name. My name. It's on my name tag, which says John. So my name is John. So that's what you can call me because it's on my name tag, which is a tag for my name. So that's what my name is. John. Hi.
Hi.
Well, I'm going to stay here and watch the front end. And John, do you think you can bring Lisa upstairs and show her the basics?
Me? Alone?
Yeah, you know enough. With Mia being Mia, I think we should make sure at least one capable person is here in case the inspector comes by. Lisa, do you feel comfortable being trained by Don?
Yes. Yes. Yes, I do.
You do.
I do.
Right, great, perfect. Get to it. We're going to need you out here sooner than later.
John and Lisa exit. Ellie mans one of the registers. Clarence enters, now wearing a Heart Mart uniform.
Ew. This uniform feels disgusting. I look like a rotten tomato. Fortify yourself, Clarence. It's all for the greater good. Now to find the inspector and ruin their day.
Hello there, welcome to Heart. Oh, come on, you're in uniform too.
What?
I can't believe Mia already gave those to you. My God, how could someone like her be in charge of so many workers?
Sounds like the typical Heartmart employee to me.
Is that what you heard? I swear people like her are giving Heartmart a bad name.
Oh, trust me, there are plenty of other reasons for that. Believe me.
Exactly. Which is why I have to properly train you and Lisa.
Lisa?
Yeah, Lisa's upstairs being trained by John. I'm sorry, I completely forgot to ask your name.
Oh, I suppose I'm Clarence?
It's nice to meet you, Clarence. I'm Ellie. I look forward to working with you.
Yes, I believe it will be very eventful.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Anyway, as I was saying, there's an assumed knowledge to the uniform. People are going to keep coming up to you and asking you about the store. And I doubt you know anything about working in a grocery store.
I bet I know far more than you.
Oh, really? You've worked in retail before?
Oh, believe me, I've worked retail before. Somewhere of quality and dignity.
Oh, perfect. You'll fit right in.
Oh, I doubt that.
Helen enters with a basket full of groceries. She's a typical soccer.
Okay, Clarence. Here comes the first customer. I let you handle this yourself, but today is a very important day. Make sure everything goes perfectly. So I'm going to guide you.
That's not really necessary.
It's very necessary.
Excuse me, is anyone going to check me out?
All right, Clarence. Let's see if you got what it takes.
Very well.
Ellie goes in to scan all of Helen's items.
Blast. How many sabotage this without this heartache breathing down my neck? All the fake inferiority, which will be difficult for someone as skilled and flawless as I.
Ellie waves Clarence over to the register.
Welcome to Fartmart. How may I help you?
He means Heartmart! Sorry, he's new.
Oh, I completely understand. So, how much does this all come to?
$1,200.
$12. Again, I'm really sorry.
I'm just the average Heartmart employee.
Only with less experience.
Oh, I'd say I'm rather experienced.
No, you're not.
Excuse me.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Clarence, please check her out.
How would you like to pee?
Hey!
Actually, I have a few coupons I'd like to use.
Do you need any help putting in the coupons, Clarence?
No, I'm perfectly capable of doing it myself. Now, what are they?
As she lists them, Helen hands Clarence each coupon.
Well, for starters, I'd like to use this 20% off coupon I found in Housewives Weekly. Next, I'd like to use this $1 off coupon my son got me for my birthday. You know, I wasn't going to buy that bag of mixed nuts, but I heard that it was buy one, get one free, and as my first husband Herman would say, Helen, you're just nuts for nuts. Oh, and savings. I'm also nuts for savings. Herman actually left me right after that. Anywho, I'd also like to use this 50% off coupon I got for any purchases under $15 that I won at the school baking tournament. Can you also apply this third off for 30 coupon? I got it for my younger sister when she turned 30, but she gave it right back to me, which was kind of her since she knows how hard it is to take care of a full house. Ever since Mom moved in and Deb left her children with me for a night last year and never came back. Oh, finally, I'd like to use this $7 in-store credit I had from last month when I returned a chicken that had a vulgar image carved into it. What does that come to?
We owe you $6.07.
Oh, could I get it in 3 singles, 12 quarters, a nickel, and 2 pennies?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Clarence!
What's wrong? Is that not the Heartmart way to just randomly give their customers money? There has to be a reason why they keep coming back here.
No. It's just that you never asked what kind of bag she wanted.
That's the only problem you have with this?
Of course! You're actually doing a really good job.
Oh, of course I'm doing a good job. What kind of bags do you like, lady? Paper or plastic?
I recommend plastic. It's far more convenient.
Oh, do you know what the darndest thing is? I left my reusable bags in my minivan. Do you mind if I go get them? I know you get a special discount if you use them.
So it means that we'd be giving you more money?
Correct.
Then by all means, go ahead. That's fine, isn't it, Ellie?
Of course! I'll even get a manager to cancel your transaction to make sure you get the discount. Although that would mean you'd have to put all the coupons in the system again. We can put your food to the side until you get back.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Helen exits. Clarence and Ellie move the bags over to the manager's podium.
Great job with your first customer, Clarence. You really worked that register like a pro. I know what you're thinking.
I doubt that.
And yes, it was a little weird letting the woman put in all those coupons and everything, but today is a day where we can't say no to any customers.
And why might that be?
Since you're working here today, you deserve to know. Today, there's going to be a surprise inspection from corporate. They could be disguised as any customer. So we have to make sure everyone has a great Heartmart experience today. Do you understand?
More than you could possibly know.
John and Lisa enter laughing.
And then the lady told me to peel the banana.
In the parking lot?
Yeah, and I was so nervous that I actually did it. And that's the story of my first day.
John, you finished training Lisa already?
I think she was training me a bit. She knew more about this stuff than I did.
Oh, you're exaggerating.
Thomasina enters.
Excuse me, I'm having trouble finding the corn.
The corn?
No.
The carrots?
No! The corn!
Clarence, you've shown you're capable enough to be left with John, so I'm going to help this customer out.
I'm sure she'll find your perfectionism charming.
Ellie leaves with Thomasina. Mia enters.
Sup, kids? Back from a break. Who are you two?
I'm Lisa.
Oh, she's one of the new employees. She's smart and funny, has very pretty eyes and shiny hair.
And I'm Clarence. My hair isn't shiny.
Really? You guys are the new employees?
Yes.
Yes, we are. We're the new employees.
Yeah, they're the new employees. You must have already talked to them, right, Mia?
No, I didn't.
Actually, you did. You said we were going to be trained by John and Ellie. You weren't really paying attention.
That does kind of sound like me.
It really does.
Typical Heartmart quality, I'm sure.
Mia is about to reply to Clarence's comment, but Terry enters, holding a candy bar. Terry is a sad man. He walks up to the register.
Can I get this checked out?
John, can you deal with that? I gotta go check on something.
Well, of course, I can check out a customer. I'm very good at it. Some people say I'm the best at it. And other things. Useful things. Cool things, like things that cool people do.
Keep it in your pants. Listen, could you do me a solid and keep an eye on that little booger over there? There's something I don't like about him.
Oh, is it his face? I don't like his face.
Maybe. I'll be back in a bit.
Mia exits. John and Lisa go over to the register with Terry.
Hey, Clarence, can you take out the trash?
Yes.
Clarence takes a trash bag out from under the manager booth and begins pouring trash from both registers into it.
Do you need me to tell you where the dumpster is?
No, don't worry. I'll figure it out.
Great. Thanks, Claire Bear.
Please, don't call me that.
Clarence leaves with a full trash bag.
Wow, what a nice guy.
Sure. Nice is a word.
You guys are friends, right?
We work together, I guess.
Well, we all work together, but there's no reason for relationships to end there. Maybe people could become friends. Maybe they could become something more.
Excuse me?
Right. Sorry. I should check him out, shouldn't I, John?
Oh, right. That's right.
Right.
You know how to do this, right?
Right, yeah, totally, I can.
Good.
Great.
So anyway, I'd like to pay with debit.
Lisa scans in the candy bar and presses a few buttons on the register.
I'm sorry, sir. Your card was declined. Insufficient funds.
Oh, that's great, just great. You did it, Terry! You thought you'd already hit rock bottom, but now you can't even buy a candy bar at the grocery store. The worst part is, this isn't even the worst part of your week. Wake up in the morning, not in the house that you spent the last 15 years of your life in, but in an old crusty motel room, wearing the same thing you had on 4 nights ago when Diane, the love of your life, had her new fitness trainer boyfriend, who when you just discovered in bed with her, kicked you out. It doesn't even matter that you weren't the one that cheated on her, even though you two have slept in different rooms for the past 3 years, she gets the house. Probably because you were fired last week for wearing the same tie your boss, the tie your son got you 2 weeks before he died of sudden infant death syndrome at the age of 12. To top that off, you've also been kicked out of the motel room, which was the only way you could watch your stories. Don't know which is more disappointing about not finding out who really killed Philip in the soaps or what the lump on my scrotum really is.
Actually, it might just be an error with the machine. Try signing it again.
Terry does so.
Yeah, that was it. You're all set.
Oh, well, have a nice day.
You too, sir.
Terry leaves and Clarence enters.
That guy looked like he had a terrible customer experience.
He's having a terrible life experience. If we sold hugs, he would need to buy one. But we don't sell hugs, only Huggies, and those are diapers.
Mia enters.
Hey, John, can you do something else? I want to brief our new recruits.
That doesn't sound like something you do.
Yeah, well, I have to at least look like I'm getting something done. Maybe you can go powder your nose for your new girlfriend.
Do you think? I powdered this morning. I might need to reapply though.
Sure, go for it.
John quickly walks off stage, waving to Lisa as he does, who waves back. Mia approaches Lisa and Clarence.
You guys almost done with whatever you're doing? Because the manager will soon be down here to kick you out.
What?
I figured it out. You aren't the brats we hired.
Where's the meaning of this? I demand an answer!
Your applications have different names on them. I was expecting a Zach and a Sarah, not a Clarence and a Lisa.
Charles enters.
Mia, are these the new employees you were telling me about?
Yep. What are you going to do with them, Charles?
Let me handle this, Mia.
Oh no,
Charles approaches Lisa and Clarence.
too young to go to jail.
Clarence, you are too young to go to jail.
You too? Oh, I'm so sorry.
What?
I hope you can forgive my front-end manager for pestering you. She doesn't know any better. You two can make yourselves at home while I sort her out.
Okay.
Oh, let's forget it. I'm gonna check the expiration dates on all the merchandise. Does anyone have a Sharpie I can borrow?
Clarence exits. Lisa hangs around the register as Charles takes Mia aside.
What was that?
What was that? What was that, Mia? Do you remember anything I told you earlier?
Probably not, but these kids are clearly up to something.
Of course they are. How could you be so dense? 2 employees who clearly have an established working relationship suddenly coming out of nowhere on the day of the inspection? Don't you see? It's them. They're the inspectors.
They're like children. How can they work for corporate?
Nepotism?
Nepotism?
Sure. Bet those 2 are kids of some executives or something. That's how they got these cushy jobs without any qualifications.
I don't think the boy has any qualifications for a cashier job anyway.
Exactly. Which means, like most executives, he's stupid and powerful. You have to make sure he's happy with what he sees. Do you think you can do that, Mia?
Yeah, sure, fine, whatever floats your boat.
Thanks, Mia. I knew there was a reason I hired you. You did a good job informing me about the inspectors, even if they aren't a problem.
Consider it the bare minimum.
Now make sure they see us at our best, or your roast is toast.
What is what?
Never mind, do what I say.
Clarence returns with John.
It's just so confusing.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
I mean, is the sell-by date the same as the expiration date? I mean, it makes it clear when you should sell something by, but what if you were buying something that was going to expire the next day? What are the rules? Why are there rules? Does the milk suddenly become cheese? Who knows?
Killing off my very important brain cells.
Jackson, have you been helping our newest employee?
Yeah, I found him in the dairy aisle. Also, it's John. Jackson is the guy who fell in love with one of the lobsters in the seafood department.
Whatever. Where's Ellie? She might be better at showing off our Heartmark best.
Oh, don't worry. John is a shining example of a Heartmart employee.
Well, that's just mean.
Thank you.
Ellie enters.
Ellie, where have you been?
Helping an elderly customer with their Heartmart experience, sir.
Well, I think your skills might be better used helping with the training of the new employee.
But what about, and you know who?
Just do what I say, okay, Ellie?
But sir, Charles Boss.
Wow, you look really tired.
That's right. And as a caring boss, while I wouldn't send you home for being tired, I would tell you to take your break early.
But-
What I say, Ellie, what I say. And now, as the reasonable, caring, important corporate material manager's facility, I'm going to check on the other departments, since I check in on them all the time, because I'm good at my job.
Charles checks to see if Clarence and Lisa are looking at him. Lisa gives him a confused thumbs up, followed by more energetic John. Charles exits.
Hey, Mia, is it alright if I show Lisa how to pull stock?
I guess. Go for it.
John leads Lisa off stage.
You know, your boss is really professional. He doesn't go questioning perfectly innocent employees unlike some people I know.
Yeah, well, that's just because, he thinks you're from an inspector from corporate.
Well, who's saying I'm not? Oh, well, that makes sense. Naturally, the grumpy middle manager with a devil-may-care attitude is causing problems. You really aren't doing a good job representing your store.
I don't really care what a booger like you thinks.
Oh, booger. Clever. Tell me, if you're so clever, why are you working at a mediocre grocery store?
The same reason you have your name written on your underwear?
Careful now. You don't know what might happen if you anger the hidden inspector.
Right, I don't know. Anyway, do you wear some kind of cologne that tells girls to stay away, or do you just tell them yourself?
You seem aggravated. You know, you're actually breaking a pretty important rule right now. Here at Hartmart, we offer service with a smile.
Absolutely not.
Well, if I were hypothetically an inspector, I wouldn't appreciate the attitude you have. I might dock the store some points, maybe shut it down, burn it to the ground, stop the land. These things happen. That's the way business works.
That is psychotic.
Anything for a smile.
Mia glares at Clarence. Eugene enters.
Ah, the local hard mart. Let us see if it passes my evaluation. I am looking for excellent product care, delightful service, and a clear and obvious passion in the employees for their trade. If it fails in any regard, there will be dire consequences. Consequences that will affect the very future of this establishment.
Mia and Clarence look at Eugene, then each other, then back at Eugene. They both rush over to Eugene.
Welcome to Hartmart, sir!
My word.
Mia picks up a shopping basket.
Would you like a shopping basket, sir?
Why, yes, I would.
Well, take it.
Clarence slams the basket over Eugene's head.
Gracious.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that, sir. Would you like me to show you the produce department? It's a fantastic place to start your Hartmart experience.
More like a rotten start because all the food here is rotten.
Oh my god.
Clarence and Mia drag Eugene off stage, basket still on his head, blackout. 15 minutes later, the scene reopens with John manning one of the registers. Terry enters with a full basket of groceries.
Hi, I'm back. I figured if I had some money, I might as well treat myself. You know, someone has to.
Huh? Oh, right. Sorry.
Oh, what's wrong, little buddy? You seem down in the dumps.
Well, I just met this girl, and I really like her, but I don't know what to do about it.
You want my advice, champ?
Yes, sir.
Love is a powerful force. It makes you believe that anything is possible just because this one person exists in your life. And when that person inevitably tears your still beating heart out of your chest, you still feel like you need her to fill up the hole that she made in you, but you can't because she's a heartless monster. Do you hear me, Diane? You're a monster. You're ruining me. Please take me back. Please. Oh God, I love you so much.
Terry devolves into a sobbing mess. John stands there awkwardly, not sure what to do.
Sir?
I'm sorry. I just need a minute.
Terry runs off, sobbing grossly. Lisa enters.
Hey, Lisa. Enjoy your break?
Kinda. Ellie kept glaring at me. It was kind of unnerving.
Yeah, she does that when she's grumpy.
Wasn't that guy here earlier?
Yeah, he was. Lisa, can I ask you something?
Sure. Anything.
Do you, like me?
Yes. I like you.
Like, or just like?
I think. Well, do you like me?
Do I like you? Lisa, I like you. That's like 5 times in a row. I don't think that's good grammar.
In that case, I like you too.
Wait, why'd you ask if I liked you first? Do you have a crippling fear of rejection too? Oh my, we have so much in common.
I guess I tend to connect to people really quickly.
Well, me too. I feel like we're really connecting. Do you want to, date?
Don't you think that's rushing things?
Yeah, we totally are. It's great, isn't it? I mean, I know people say it's a bad thing, but I've rushed into things all my life, and I only regretted it most of the time. The way I see it, if you know you want something, and there's nothing there to stop you from it, you should go for it. Not that I see you as an object or anything, but I mean, like, I see the concept of going out with you, and I know I like you, and I know you like me, so what's keeping us? If there's anything you find out about me you don't like, I'll understand if you want to walk away. I know I'm not perfect. I'm like super flawed. I'm not that smart, and people think I'm annoying. And I know that even though you seem perfect, you can't be because, well, nobody's perfect. But I think if you can like me despite my flaws, I could love you because of yours.
John, are you sure you want this? Because as much as I want this too, the last thing I want to see is you get hurt.
I get hurt all the time. I have a very high tolerance. Hit me with your best shot.
Okay, how about this? I give you the right to back out by the end of the shift, okay?
If that's what you want, then absolutely. Yes, totally. Gnarly.
That might be a deal breaker.
John and Lisa hug. Clarence, Mia, and Eugene come barging in. Mia and Clarence are flanking Eugene, who is clearly annoyed with both of them.
So, what's the next thing on your list, sir? Anything we can help you find? Do you want me to inform you of all of our deals today?
Well, I suppose I was going to purchase some ice cream.
Are you sure? You really don't need any of that, sir.
Clarence smacks Eugene's belly.
Oh my!
That's... Hey, I am sorry, sir. Can you give me a minute?
Mia moves over to the manager booth, disturbing John and Lisa.
Would you kindly be brisk? I don't feel entirely safe around this young man.
Oh, don't worry, sir. You shouldn't.
Clarence guides Eugene off stage.
Mia, are you okay? You look exhausted.
Fine. Fine, just... Christ. I need a smoke.
Clarence sure is going for it.
Going for it? That little butt munch is trying to screw up our inspection. Charles thought he was the inspector, but now that the real one is here, that little weirdo is trying to get him to fail us, or at the very least call the cops. Oh my god, I've worked harder than I have in the last 6 months keeping up with him. That rat has a lot of energy. I need help. I need someone who knows what they're doing. I need Ellie. But it's gonna take me a few minutes to get her from the break and catch her up on everything, so I need someone to deter that freak.
This looks like a job for John.
John, listen to me. I'm gonna level with you. You're not my first choice for this job. I know that you're self-aware enough to know that, but I felt like it bears repeating. You treat this job the same way any teenager would, with complete disinterest and an eye on the clock. Quite frankly, you remind me of myself when I was your age. Right now, Clarence is trying to make this place look like a madhouse. I'm looking for someone to counter him, to show the inspector that we're actually pretty okay. The person who can do that is on break, so I'll settle for you. I need you to at least show the inspector a subpar shopping experience. Do you think you can do that?
I was born for this. My mother always said I was remarkably average.
All right, that is pretty set. Lisa, do you think you can back him up?
Actually, I don't think...
Okay, let me rephrase that. Lisa, you're going to back him up because it's your job.
What about the front end? We need someone manning it.
Okay, Lisa, if we don't get a positive review, there won't be a front end to man. Can you please do this for me? I've become too invested in seeing that little Clarence fail. I'm actually begging you.
Okay, I'll help.
Perfect. Come on, Lisa. Let's go show that guy that Hartmar is the best store in the world.
John leads a hesitant Lisa off stage. Mia watches them go, sighs with exhaustion, and moves off stage in search of Ellie. The lights go out. 10 minutes later, the lights come back on as Mia and Ellie enter.
And so I told John the new girl to try and stop Clarence.
The new girl? Lisa?
Yeah, why?
Ellie takes out 2 name tags from her pocket.
You might want to look at these. I was on break, so I decided to take a walk around outside the store to cool down and get some fresh air. I found these stashed behind the dumpster.
These are duper store name tags.
The rest of the uniforms were there too, in backpacks. And that's not all. Look at the names on them.
Clarence. And Lisa? They're from Duper Store?
They must be trying to sabotage the inspection. A dirty move like this isn't above the duper poopers. Mia, this is really bad.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm going to show these to Charles, Ellie. Do you think you can man the front end?
Always. But what if they come here?
Ellie, I'm sure you'll figure it out. You're one of the most competent people here. You have a frankly frightening dedication to this store. If there's anyone here I trust to deal with this, it's you. I believe in you, Ellie. That's saying a lot.
Thank you, Mia.
It's true. I mean it. Now get to work.
Mia exits. John and Lisa enter.
Ellie, you're here. Thank God. Clarence just left and we had a break. So
You! I know, Miss Duper. I know!
Oh boy.
Miss Duper? Lisa, what is she talking about?
Oh, she didn't tell you? Clarence and little Miss Shiny Hair over there don't work here. They're from Duper Store. They came here to sabotage our inspection and get Hartmart shut down!
Lisa, is that true?
Yes, it's true. I'm sorry, John. I was prepared to go along with whatever Clarence said we had to do, but then I met you and everything changed. I understand if you want to end our relationship because of this.
Wait, you guys are dating?
Well, yeah.
You've known each other for about 2 hours?
And it's been the best 2 hours of my life. And the next 2 hours after that will be great too because I still want to be with you, Lisa.
Really?
Yes, I picture you not wearing a uniform. That came out. I don't care where you came from. I don't care where you work. Frankly, I don't even care where I work. I just want to be with you. If you want to be with me, I'd love to be with you.
John, I love that too.
But John, the store! She's going to ruin the store!
Clarence enters carrying the trash bag from before.
Clarence? I thought you took out the trash earlier. I mean, since you didn't actually work here, you don't really have to. But
Clarence dumps the trash bag on the ground, spreading trash all over the front end. Lisa, John, and Ellie look on it in shock as Clarence kicks the trash around before he spits on the ground and smiles smugly at the three of them.
Well, Lisa. I should have known you've gone native. You were always far too kind-hearted. The big doofus over there was just too much for you to resist. I suppose the weak-minded tend to attract one another.
John makes a motion to attack Clarence, causing him to shriek a little. Lisa stops him. Ellie is still in shock, staring at the ruined front end.
Okay, I see how it is. Brute force, intimidation. It'll take a lot more than that to intimidate me.
Ellie grabs a shopping basket and lunges at Clarence with it. Clarence backs away and grabs a basket of his own.
Are you insane?
Ellie strikes at Clarence.
ah!
Clarence strikes at Ellie.
Oh!
Ellie and Clarence clash. Terry,
Hey, can I make any chance get some more plastic bags? I wanted to make a raincoat. You guys seem pretty busy. I'll come back later.
Clarence and Ellie duel for a little longer before Eugene comes in.
I must say, this has been one of the most disappointing grocery store visits I've ever gone on. This will not look good in the review. However, I always say the checkout could make or break a store. They could still turn this entire experience around. Oh dear, the odds do not appear to be in the favor of Hartmart.
Ellie and Clarence stop dueling. They look at the empty register. They look at each other. They charge towards the register, climbing over each other.
Sir, I can take you over here!
Don't listen to her. You don't want her touching your food. She never washes her hands.
Well, he picks his nose!
Well, she picks her butt.
Don't listen to him! He doesn't even work here!
I have a uniform. That's all the qualification I need.
Eugene looks at the chaotic register, then looks over at the much calmer John and Lisa.
Well, at least Hartmart has at least one stable register.
John, if you screw this up, I will end you!
Lisa, if you screw this up, I will friend you.
Eugene moves over to John and Lisa's counter and puts the basket down.
Hello, sir.
Good day, lad.
John starts scanning in Eugene's food while Lisa bags it.
Yeah, John, you can do it!
How's your day been?
I've had a rather confounding day. And yourself?
Oh, I've had a great day. This is my first shift working with my girlfriend.
Yes, your girlfriend.
You both have low standards.
Ah, young love. I remember meeting my dear Theodosia at a gala. She looked ravishing in her lavender velvet ball gown. Her hair framed her face like the sun beaming through the clouds. We did the promenade into midnight. There are some memories that will never die, no matter how hard time strives to assassinate it. I haven't spoken to her in 12 years, but I dream of her every night.
Your total comes to $45.87. How would you like to pay, sir?
With cash, if you would be so kind.
Home stretch, John!
Eat his money, Lisa. Eat it. It's the only way.
John and Eugene make the transaction while Lisa bags the food. Clarence and Ellie continue to fight.
And your change is 13 cents.
Clarence breaks away from Ellie. Lisa finishes bagging.
Thank you, young gentleman.
Clarence grabs the bag of goods from Lisa, throws them on the ground, and begins jumping on it. Everyone makes various gasps of horror as Clarence destroys the groceries. Mia and Charles enter in a hurry, but realize they're too late as they see the scene unfold in front of them. Clarence finishes jumping on the bag, looking around at the group in a mix of exhaustion, satisfaction, and insanity.
Would you like anything else, sir?
Oh, my word, this is atrocious.
I'm so sorry, sir. This sort of behavior does not represent...
Enough excuses. If this brutish treatment is how you treat every customer, then Hardmart is in a dire state indeed.
I couldn't agree more.
This will look absolutely horrible in my review.
We're doomed.
This may come as a surprise to all of you, but I'm not some simple grocery patron.
Oh, we know. Oh, God, we know.
I am professional grocery store blogger Eugene Pivot Waddington.
What?
I assume you've heard of me. I am quite the rage these days. My Tumblr has a total of 10 followers, and 9 of them are bots. Bots! I am the prime source of grocery store quality to artificial intelligence.
What?
Now, mark my words. This review will look horrible for your reputation. You may as well find your loose ends and cut them, because once I publish this review internet-wide, the area will become as desolate as my sister Beatrice.
Just out of curiosity, are your reviews by any chance connected to Yelp or any reviewing sites that actually matter?
Never. I'm what the children refer to as Indiana or something along those lines.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Here's a note telling customer service to refund your purchase. I'm sorry for any trouble we may have caused you, and I hope you had an excellent time at Heartmart.
You may have just bumped up yourself to a C. Regardless, I shall be off. Long live the Queen and whatnot.
Eugene leaves.
All right, now let me see these saboteurs.
It's the new employees, boss. You know, the victims of nepotism.
Clarence is presented in front of Charles. Lisa moves towards Charles, but John stops her.
You don't have to.
It's fine.
Lisa lets go and goes up to Charles. Thomasina enters with a basket of groceries.
Excuse me, I'd like to be checked out.
Ellie, do you think you could...
I was gonna do it anyway, John. It's my job.
Ellie goes behind the register and smiles at Thomasina. As Ellie helps Thomasina check out, Lisa and Clarence are presented in front of Charles.
You've caused some trouble today. Mind telling me why?
You got the torture out of me.
We're from Duper Store, sir. Our manager told us to ruin your review. I'm really sorry.
Traitor.
Shut up, Clarence. This entire situation was completely messed up.
Not as messed up as dating someone you met 2 hours ago.
He's not wrong. At least it's legal. There's no way supermarket sabotage is legal.
At least you'll fail your review. Yeah, there's no way you'll pass your store with such a mess.
Ellie, having finished bagging Thomasina's groceries, hands her with the receipt.
There you are, ma'am. I hope you have a nice day.
Congratulations, child. You passed the test.
What?
You passed the inspection.
Mia? Charles, sir? The inspector! We passed!
Charles rushes over to the register.
The inspection? You're from corporate?
What?
That's correct. I am, in fact, from corporate. I've been in the corporate for a long time. You see, my full name is Thomasina Hart.
Thomasina Hart? The Thomasina Hart?
Is she the founder of Heartmart or something?
What? No, John! Didn't you read the training manual?
No, he didn't. No, I didn't. No, no one but you did.
She's the illegitimate daughter of Barrett Campson, who named his store after his child so she could track him down when she got older.
My dearly departed father was insane. He named my brother after a flash sale on summer squash. Poor, buy one, get one free. We called him Onesie. He lives in the woods now.
You're the inspector, but you're so...
Old? Why, yes, I am. But that's the idea. Did you know that senior citizens are the most abused patrons among the supermarket?
That's horrible.
It's also not true. People just think they can get away with more than what they don't think is going on with the customers. I notice everything. For example, I noticed how these two don't actually work here.
Well, what makes you think this crummy store wouldn't hire me? I'm a delight.
Oh, please. You aren't Heartmart material. If this store hired you, I would shut them down so fast the customers would be closed inside.
How dare you say such mean things, you meanie?
Oh my god, I think he's crying.
I'm not. You're crying. You're crying about how inferior your store is a Duper store.
Oh my god, he is crying. Hold on, I gotta record this.
I'll be back. You'll suffer.
Clarence runs out of the store crying while Mia records.
I'm setting this as my alarm so I'll remember some things are worth getting out of bed for.
So we passed the thing?
Yes, based off of the wonderful service of this young lady right here. Plus the general camaraderie I felt between all of you. It really feels like you all want to be here.
Ellie's the only person who really wants
wants to be.
Mia, don't ruin this for us.
No one wants to work retail. Now, what you guys have that the other stores don't have isn't a passion for the work, but a passion for each other. Out of all the branches I've inspected, this is the only branch where the employees genuinely care for each other, regardless of how they feel about the work. I think that more than anything, that you guys represent the morals of Heartmart as a company, and for that reason, I am giving your store a B rating.
B? Just a B?
Well, there were a few small things you can work on, like the fact that the boy trashed the front end of the store. To tell any one of your employees to clean it up, but you all seem like delightful people.
Charles motions for John to grab a broom while he goes off stage to grab.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed yourself at our store, Miss Hart.
I have indeed. It certainly was one of more entertaining inspections I've done. You should look forward to a call from corporate.
Thomasino leaves as John returns with a broom and begins to sweep.
Are you by any chance going to make a scene like your friend did?
No, sir. I'll leave quietly.
Lisa begins to leave before John stops her.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, Sean.
Sir.
Yeah, Sean.
John, sir. Sean's the guy that ate 63 cents and change. Anyway, I was thinking, since Superstore forced Lisa to do all this, she should probably quit. I was thinking maybe we could hire her. I've been training her all day, so she has my recommendation.
John, you really don't have to.
John's right, sir. I think Lisa might actually be a good addition to the team.
You really think so? Even after everything that's happened?
You didn't really do anything wrong. I'm sorry for yelling at you earlier.
See? Look at us. Getting along like a team. A team of dedicated, competent workers. What a team. Can we be a team, sir?
I don't know. The front end is a very important part of the storefront. I'll have to check her resume and sit down with her for an interview and follow up on... No, I'm sorry. I couldn't keep a straight face. It's a grocery store. Yeah, you're hired as long as you aren't a criminal or anything. You want to be front-end manager? Mia, you still want to work here?
Want is a very strong word, boss.
Fair enough. You already have the smock. You're all set.
Yeah, go team.
John brings Lisa and Ellie close for a group hug.
Easy there, John. You got work to do.
Actually, it's... No, wait. That's right. You remember my name.
Of course I do. You're the schmuck that started dating someone 2 hours after meeting her.
Charles exits laughing heartily. Helen enters with her invisible
Excuse me, I finally got my bags. Can someone check me out?
Of course, ma'am. We'll take you right over.
Ding off stage. Mia, Ellie, John, and Lisa all look over.
What was that? 6 p.m. Shift's over.
Ellie, John, Mia, and Lisa all exit.
Hey, wait, I need someone to check me out.
They all enter again, wearing jackets and carrying bags. They walk across the stage and begin to exit from the other side.
Hello, I'm a customer in need.
Mia stops.
Sorry, lady. I'm off the clock.
Mia exits, leaving a confused Helen alone.
Hello? Anybody?
Lights out, end of show.
Writer Eddie Feely and director Mike Villanueva. Over here. Yeah, just near the mic. So, we're just gonna go one by one. Raise your hand if you have something you'd like to contribute. Yes?
You referenced me without my permission.
I'm sorry.
You did. Fun fact, I was working in Stop and Shop and I said, "Here for 63 cents in your change, sir," and they took it.
Oh, yeah.
It was different because the guy ate it, not you. Shut up. You'd be surprised what stuff in that play what actually happened. Like a lady when I was working at a grocery store once had me peel a banana for her in the parking lot. Yeah, I was confused. It was like my first week.
Anything else? Anyone? Is there any questions you guys wanted to ask them?
Wait, you got one.
Yeah. Any characters you want to see more or less of in general?
There might be too many characters. I was just a little, I couldn't remember everybody who was who, and like, I don't know, I got confused with stuff going on, but, yeah.
Sadness and the manager were hysterical. I like, great.
I think also if you consolidate your cast, then you'll have a more clear story. I think that was like one of the issues of following it. There were so many different things going on at once that it was really hard to tell where the main problem was. Like for a moment, I forgot they worked at a different store.
If you're saying like off that question, then what if you think you consolidate the cast? What characters do you think could be consolidated? Like what characters are kind of expendable?
Nothing against you guys, your performance, but I don't think you need the two managers. I think you could probably do without them.
Thanks, man.
Don't pull my brand, please.
All right.
I also love you, Liz, but I don't really see the point of having her come in and out.
Well, the thing is, I kind of wanted to make sure it felt like an active grocery store. So there's got to be like more customers, people work there.
Maybe you could like keep like, I'm not like, don't get rid of the actors, but have, if this were to like move on, have them come in as different people, so there's always a flow of people into the store.
All right, yeah, I feel that.
It felt like they should have gotten something out of the show, and none of them really did, none of them had their problems resolved, you know what I mean?
Right, all right.
Yeah.
I can see like what they mean by consolidating characters, but I also think that if it was going to make it to the next round, it'll be a little different. Like, you
Right.
can definitely go with more characters.
I would say like it might be confusing here because everybody's here, so like.
Yeah.
Like it's very hard to visualize it, like when you guys are standing there, sitting down, standing up. But when you have like set pieces and you have like movement on stage,
Right.
I feel like it'll work.
All right.
So like you can do whatever. Like I can see like where consolidating would help, but
Okay.
seeing it from a different view.
Thank you. Sean?
A lot of the jokes landed perfectly. There were just some that I feel like just were not at place, but just kind of unnecessary. Like the one Sydney said her name was whatever Hart, and then that could have been that. Like that was funny that she's like, oh,
Yeah.
the owner. But then there was something after that I didn't really follow what she said. Like there's like that backstory of why her name Hart or something like that.
I think that's kind of there for stuff. Like that's a lot of like. I want there to be a little bit of nonsense in the show, but that's also an easy place where like if it doesn't make sense, it can easily be cut out.
Personally, I really enjoyed this. This is definitely like one of my favorites that I've seen. I thought, it's just a comment, but I thought the dialogue worked really well. It seemed very realistic, like the characters, the way they talk to each other and stuff. Like I thought it worked out really great. And I honestly thought too that I don't think the amount of characters is an issue because I think that it'd be really tough. Like I feel like I'd get bored, you know, and like with a new character, it gets me like even more interested to hear like, oh, what's the characteristic of this character? So I don't know, I really liked it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we're talking a lot about, you know, too many characters, not enough characters, that sort of thing. If you did want to go the route of having, you know, more people coming in and out, though I thought it was sort of like a minor plot hole that the people they'd actually hired, Zach and Sarah, never show up.
Wait,
Maybe if you know, Clarence and Lisa are off somewhere, Zach and Sarah.
It's actually a Ben Folds reference.
Like Ellie's training them, while John's training the other two, and they're both like meeting up and talking about it, but they think they're talking about the same people, but they're not. Just want to add like a whole other layer.
There actually was in an earlier draft, the two characters were there, and Clarence locked them in a freezer. because then that got cluttered.
This is the first scene.
Even going off of that, you have a part where they find the Duper store, whatever the store's called, they find their
name tags?
Name tags or something. They could also find like tied up or something like that.
The name tags, people tied up in the freezer. I'm liking it.
We have time for maybe one or two more.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
Last question.
No, that's pretty good.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for the information. Our next show for you will be Lighten the Load, written by Alexa Kober, directed by Julie Pallenberry, and stage managed by Danielle Neville.
sitting on stage with their laptops.
How are things? I haven't heard from you in a while. Find any new love interests?
Very funny. I barely have time to see my own mom, let alone start seeing another girl. Any new love interests in your life?
I snatched myself a prom date. No big thing.
Nothing I should be worried about, right? I'll knock his teeth in if he's no good to you. Mark my words.
All right, tough guy, calm down. He's very tall and very handsome.
What's his name?
Marcus. He's a football player. Hey, listen, I gotta go see him. I think he's drunk again.
I thought this was supposed to be a you and me night.
I need to see if he's okay, Owen. He needs me.
Claire exits and leaves her laptop closed in her space.
That's not the way a healthy relationship is supposed to... Claire Darcy, signed out, 10:46. Text me when you're home, Claire.
Owen closes his laptop and picks up his phone, beginning to pace.
Claire, it's been weeks since we've last spoken. I know that it's only 30 days until you come out here, but I'm here 130 kilometers, 5,130 kilometers away from you, and I'm worried sick. You told me you would send me pictures of the prom. Never got those. Where are you? Are you okay? Did I make you mad? Is it raining as hard as it is where you are, as it is where I am right now? Please text me something. I'd like to hear your voice. I can't wait to have a Yankee in Ireland.
He hangs up and exits, blackout. Scene 2. Owen sings on stage as Claire and Miss Darcy enter and take their seats at the table. Walls are green. Newspaper reviews about the pub, as well as the history, hang on the walls.
You said you spoke with your father today? He called this morning while you were getting ready to pick up groceries.
Did he say anything?
Did he say anything
About that woman? The one he's been seeing?
You mean his fiancée? It's been 10 years, Mom. You need to learn to let go of your marriage. It's in the past.
It isn't in the past. It's the reminder of what your father and I were, and the love that we had is sitting right in front of me.
We discussed this. I told you that if it makes you upset to see me, I can spend my summers with him.
The marriage and the divorce is something that I must carry. They shouldn't affect you. My mistakes are on me.
The waiter, Owen, comes by to clear the table. Owen is wearing a button-down shirt with rolled-up sleeves.
Ah, Claire, Miss Darcy. How are ye, the both of ye?
Fine.
We're just fine, Owen. How about yourself?
Good, good, thanks be. Can I offer you something? Some coffee, tea, or maybe, why haven't you been returning answering my calls?
Just some tea.
Owen exits stage right with the plates.
While we're waiting on that, I have to go use the restroom.
She exits stage right. Owen returns and sits at the table with Claire.
What are you doing?
Can we talk? Can you tell me what's been going on with you exactly? Why the radio silence?
I really don't want to talk about it right now. Maybe my phone's broken.
That hasn't been broken. How about a drink after the pub closes? It's been a while, Claire. I'd like to catch up.
What do you care? Why are you pushing this so hard?
Ah, Claire, we've known each other since we were 3 years old. That month and a half that you didn't speak to me is the longest I haven't spoken to you since I can remember. Something went wrong, and I just want to make sure everything is all right.
That's not your job. I can handle it on my own.
Whatever it is, it's nothing that you have to carry by yourself. Come, have a drink. It's better than church bingo with Miss St. Patrick's, eh? Ah, there it is. I'll be right back with your tea.
Owen gets up and Mrs. Darcy re-enters and sits.
His cheeks look flushed. He just embarrassed himself. You missed the show.
What happened?
He wants to hang out with me after the bar closes tonight.
Are you going to?
We'll see.
Owen is your friend. He has been for longer than I can remember. Claire, you know that you're the light of my life. But it's only a matter of time until we'll see becomes a sea of loneliness. I don't want that for you.
Blackout. Thunder and rain is heard from outside the pub doors. Claire enters stage left, and she is shaking, wet and cold from being caught in the storm. Owen is polishing the bar. All chairs have already been turned upside down, and when the door opens, he jumps.
I'm not staying to hang out, Owen. I just came to say no thanks.
You don't come all the way in this storm just to say no thanks.
My phone always acts up for the first few days when I get here, Oh. I didn't want you to think I stood you up.
Well, that's very sweet, but you'll die out there.
I have a better chance of dying in here. It's just a little drizzle. It rains all the time in Ireland.
Unless a blanket and some wine will kill you, I really don't see the harm. You spent more time with me last summer than you did with your mom. I don't see why one night would do any harm.
I have to go, and that's final.
Claire tries to leave through the door she came in through, but it won't budge.
The door won't open.
Owen is seen pouring 2 glasses of wine at his bar.
Oh, no.
Will you at least try and open the door?
Just stay and talk to me.
Claire sighs and puts her coat on the coat rack. She sits at the bar with her feet on the stool and holds the wine glass in her hand.
What's this?
Poison. It's Merlot. What the hell has gotten into you?
Owen wipes up the mess on the counter with a damp white rag.
You don't know what's happened to me this year, Owen.
You won't let me in.
Where's that blanket you offered?
Owen pulls out a plaid fluffy blanket from under the bar.
This looks like a lethal weapon. I'm surprised we don't have blanket control laws in Ireland.
Ha. Ha. Very funny.
She takes the blanket from him. There's a long pause. They listen to the wind, and the lights in the pub begin to flicker.
It usually doesn't get this rough. The weather, I mean.
Every city has its storm.
I just hope that it doesn't storm when I'm moving in.
In where?
I'm going to school. Here, in Ireland, in the fall.
Oh, Claire, are you sure that's safe?
I grew up spending every summer in this town. I know it's safe.
You can't be too sure. I heard there's a serial killer bartender out on the loose who lures girls in who used to be friends with into his pub and makes them drink excessive amounts of alcohol. What's he gonna do with yourself?
I have trust issues.
The lights on the stage black out due to a power outage during the storm.
I can see that.
Scene 4.
What are you doing?
Holy Mary! Do you really think I'd light this? I'm lighting some candles. Do you really think I'd light my favorite place in the whole world on fire?
I don't know. This was a stupid idea.
What was?
Never mind. Do we have to talk while we're trapped in here?
Why can't you just tell me what happened? We used to be so close.
And now we're not. I don't believe in love. I never have, I never will, so stop trying.
It's not this thing that you can just dispose of. It's like oxygen, Claire. You can't see it, you can't live without it. It's just, it would drive anyone mad.
Someone always gets hurt.
Have
Always.
Have you been hurt?
I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a lot of baggage.
You shouldn't have to carry that. Shouldn't have to carry that by yourself.
I'm gonna need a lot more alcohol if you want me to share my ghost stories.
Ah, that's a good thing we're trapped in this pub.
Blackout. Scene 5. The lights shine on Claire sitting facing the audience. Claire has a bottle of vodka in hand. Owen is standing behind the bar sipping a glass of whiskey.
All right.
What?
You've had enough to be nostalgic. If I give you too much, then you can't speak. The very first love we see is the love of our parents. They're the ones who teach us love, and we're the product of that love. Why don't we start there?
That explains why I'm such a fuck up.
What do you mean?
My parents are divorced, Owen.
Mr. Darcy enters. Mrs. Darcy enters, hair down now. A baby in a pink cloth is held in her arms as she shoves the baby into Mr. Darcy's arms.
Tell me about it.
They just fought. My father couldn't handle being held responsible for his actions. I meant nothing to him before I could talk. I was like paperwork. He had the impression that he could drink and take care of me and toss me to the side for my mother to take care of later.
Mr. Darcy places baby Claire in a basket. They're fighting inaudibly while Owen and Claire say their lines.
And your mother put up with that?
No, they fought. I would usually fall asleep to the sound of them screaming.
Why should I have to take responsibility for something that came out of you? This is your fault. Just because you spread your legs doesn't mean I should have to take the blame.
Being married to you isn't exactly my cup of tea either, Craig. But it was her cup of tea. She loved him. He tried to leave her several times before I was 8.
Mr. Darcy tries to get past Mrs. Darcy multiple times, but she blocks him. Finally, he turns away, and she lashes on him.
And then the day after my 8th birthday, he finally did it. He divorced her.
Mr. Darcy yanks away from Mrs. Darcy.
We're done.
He exits stage right. Mrs. Darcy picks up the baby and slowly exits off stage left.
So, you weren't really taught to love?
No. But they tried to love me as best they could. My father wasn't all storm clouds and selfishness. He was just young and stupid and self-assured. It
It wasn't his fault.
Regardless, he should have taken responsibility for his actions.
But that isn't the way the world works, Owen.
So, when did you have your first boyfriend?
Kindergarten. We were star-crossed lovers, destined, if you will. We were in love.
That doesn't count. When did you have your first real boyfriend?
High school. Freshman year.
Her first boyfriend enters. The same actress who played Mrs. Darcy enters and will portray freshman year Claire. This time they have their cell phones in hand, face down, and rapid typing.
It was immature. We texted good morning, went back and forth all day with a...
Sup? Question mark heart emoji.
Nothing much! Exclamation point blushing emoji. You? Question mark.
It was chemistry, really. Until one day he wasn't the knight in shining armor that I pictured him to be.
Nudes? Question mark winky face.
What did you say?
That was the most repulsive thing that I had ever been asked. I didn't even know what he wanted, so I said, no.
They exit on opposite sides of the stage.
He isolated me at school. He told all of his friends that I was a tease and that no one should even bother talking to me. Then word spread. I was the laughingstock of his friend group, and the entire school made me out to be a bitch and a prude. But it wasn't like that at all.
You were nervous. You weren't ready.
That was just the calm before the storm.
Did someone hurt you? I mean, physically.
It wasn't physically at first. I was fine at first. He was actually the first boy who paid any attention to me after what happened. He was going to be my date to prom.
Boyfriend 2 and senior Claire enter.
He treated me so well that I started to think that I needed him. He gave me his jacket when it was raining, made late-night ice cream runs with me, and told me that he loved me. Goodbyes were always the hardest part. I would do anything to make him stay. My mom saw some red flags, and she told me that I shouldn't let anyone treat me like that, even if he tells me that he loves me.
And you told him that? What did he say?
It's not what he said. It's what he did.
A thunderclap is heard from the storm outside. Claire stares at the two figures on stage. Boyfriend 2 hits senior Claire on stage and towers over her.
You don't know what you're in for.
Boyfriend 2 walks off to stage left, and senior Claire hesitates but runs off stage right.
He didn't do anything else, right? Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell the cops?
No one would have done anything, Owen. I don't know what news you've been paying attention to, but a white boy with aspirations to be a successful athlete does not get in trouble. He buys his way out of it, and people coddle him, telling him that it's okay and that we all make mistakes. Was I supposed to go through all of that trouble just so I could have watched him get the legal equivalent to a slap on the wrist?
That's not the way it's supposed to be!
The world does not work the way it's supposed to, Owen!
I know that things go wrong, and that in certain points it feels like the whole world is on our shoulders. But you don't have to bear all this pain on your own.
The storm lightens up outside, and the lights in the bar flicker back on. Owen kisses Claire on the forehead.
The storm hits, and the storm passes. And eventually, the sun rises again.
Blackout. Scene 6. The lanterns are off stage, and Claire and Owen are standing on stage with their phones in their hands.
I figured it'd be polite to call and say thanks for an interesting night.
I figured it'd be polite to say, you're welcome. We should do it again sometime. Not like go back to those creepy, curly parts of your dark past.
If you want, I could repay you for all of those drinks. We could have some wine, and I could point out some pretty shapes that the stars make.
All right. When are you moving, by the way?
Around mid-August. They want me to get accustomed to being here instead of there, so I'm moving in a little earlier.
I wanted to know if you wanted some help moving in. You don't have to give me an answer right now. I just thought that I'd throw it out.
I want you to know that I wouldn't have anyone else help me carry the load, but my baggage is a little old and broken. The wheel shakes when you drag it, and the fabric is torn. It's not going to be much fun to carry.
I'll be there to help lighten the load.
Blackout.
Silly Valentine's.
I was like, ow.
Okay, so we'll do the same thing. Just raise your hand and we'll go point by point. Anyone?
One thing, not one was very easy. If they're such like good friends, they know each other pretty much their whole lives. I feel like some of the
You already know. Yeah.
Going off of what Charlotte said, he might have known about the couple of boyfriends that she did have, and he might have known, oh, she had that one, she had, I'm just gonna call them, I'm just gonna give them names now, like Mark in one year, and Lucas in another year, in like senior year, and that her and Lucas were supposed to go to prom, but they broke up right before, but he might not know the intimate, he might not know the details of why, because that's very personal for Claire, but like, he might know, like, oh, she had this boyfriend then, and she had that boyfriend then, and like, addition to the parents thing. If they're such good friends, and if they've known each other for as long as, like, it's been established.
Thank you. Yep.
I think you need a little more of an establishing setting.
Okay.
It's a little confusing when it started, who they were, their relationship. I don't know if it was because we were really transitioning into the show and I missed it, but I didn't know how old they were, I didn't know what country they were in, he had an accent, she didn't.
Gotcha.
And I think it also would help to tell the story of their relationship, their friendship, if you had a little more.
Good point.
Why Ireland?
It just came to me.
Okay. I feel like it was just like a little distracting, like with one of them having an accent. It kind of like took away from, maybe the chemistry? I don't know, I just think it, yeah. Just,
Okay.
What helps is maybe you can make her mother Jordan Irish.
Okay.
Like with accents and all. That way, let that be like a reason why she'd go there in the summer, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Was she just going there in the summer, or was she moving in? I don't know if I just missed that, but.
She goes there in the summer and then she moves in, like, for college.
Oh, so she's going to college in Ireland?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just confused. I didn't know why she was going there.
Is there a question you wanted to ask the audience, maybe?
I mean, I'm good. You guys told me what I needed to expand on and all that stuff, so thank you guys so much.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Our last show for the night will be Sunday Dinner, written by Justin Weigel, directed by Abby Black, and stage managed by Jake Masco.
Lights up. It's 5 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon at the Petrillo House in Garrison, New York. Angela's in the kitchen preparing dinner while on the phone.
Nobody else is coming tonight, just like you asked. Like hell you're not coming, Gina. It's been long enough that you've been hiding your engagement from the man who's paying for it. I've gotta go. He's right here.
Who's engaged?
Nobody, don't worry about it.
Well, when are your sisters getting here?
They're not coming.
Ah, so there is a God.
Vinny, when I said go upstairs and put nice clothes on for dinner, why'd you get dressed for the look like a schmuck contest?
What'd you say?
Go change right now. Your kids are coming any minute.
All of a sudden, they're my kids.
Vinny, now! Tonight's an important night.
Why? It's just Sunday dinner. It happens every Sunday, and none of them have ever been important.
Because I said so. Now go get changed.
Vinny starts to go upstairs when we hear a distant dog bark.
God damn it! That dog and its dumbest shit owner are in my yard again! Oh, what's with the dog?
Oh, me?
Yeah, no, Dick Tracy. Yeah, you with the dog.
I'm just cutting through the nature trail, Mr. Petrillo. This bush happens to be my dog Pepe's pea spot.
Oh, yeah? Let me tell you something. If I see that dog anywhere near my bush again, Not only am I gonna shoot the dog, but I'm gonna shoot you too.
We hear a dog bark and running footsteps on leaves.
Vinny, that's enough. You should have left that poor kid and his dog alone. Are you trying to get arrested? Again?
You know, you're pretty hot when you yell at me like that. What do you say you and me head upstairs and write a little book called 50 Shades of Marinara? Take that as a no.
There's one book I won't be reading. For the last time, go get ready for dinner.
There's a movie based off you.
Beauty and the Beast?
Misery.
Vinny goes upstairs to change. Angela goes back to cooking when the phone rings.
Hello? Oh, hi, Mary. No, Jimmy's not coming this week. Be nice. He's just very interested in your life. Yes, I know he's your cousin. Well, nobody's coming. It's just us. Your sister's finally going to tell your dad about the wedding. Absolutely not. Because whatever that thing you brought last week hit on your Aunt Evie and asked me if I worked at the correctional facility because the stuffed peppers tasted just like they did on the inside. Tonight is about Gina and your father, and you know how he is. Mary, I know you're not going through a tunnel. Don't you dare hang up on me. No boys. Where did I fail her?
Vinny comes back down the stairs in a full black Adidas tracksuit.
Who's on the phone?
Your daughter.
The disappointment or the normal one?
Vinny! None of your children are disappointments. They just all have different strengths.
Really? I'll make you a deal. Without telling me her name, you tell me which one of my daughters wanted you. And if I can't make the distinction between the chief of the ER at the New York Presbyterian Hospital, who's only getting touched by scalpels and textbooks, and the actress who's getting touched by
Okay. It was Mary.
Ah, the disappointment.
Vin, get the door.
Who is it?
NYPD.
Ah, no Spreco English. Ange, make some sandwiches, get in the car now.
Vinny, open the damn door.
No, the statute of limitations does not expire until next year.
Angela opens the door.
Arrest that man, detective. That's the man who makes me wonder why I didn't marry Bobby LaMendolo.
It never gets old.
You think that's funny shit for brains?
Honestly, it tickles me.
How's work, honey?
You tell me, Ma. This morning I got called into a hanging of a psychiatrist. It was my psychiatrist.
Oh my God, who would hang a psychiatrist?
How's this for irony? He hung himself. I had to cut that bastard down.
Why'd you do that? He was just hanging around.
Always good to be home in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood of dysfunction.
Won't you leave my house? Could you leave my house?
How you been, Ma?
You know, same old.
What time's Uncle Charlie and Aunt Millie coming? She's gonna flip when she hears about the
Just as Frank says the wedding, Angela drops a bunch of forks and knives very obviously.
Whoops! They're not coming tonight. It's just the five of us.
Mima ain't even coming?
Not this week. She's celebrating her 100th birthday with some of her friends.
That bitch is gonna bury us all. Where's the old ball and chain, Frankie?
You know, Dad, some people enjoy being in a relationship.
Hear this kid? He said enjoy.
Oh my God, and I enjoyed being in labor with you for 21 hours.
Plus, we ain't even married.
Probably because you put hard-working stand-up guys in the can for no reason.
He was so guilty, he made Bill Cosby look innocent.
Uncle Vito is innocent.
Oh, so he bought himself 300 new flat-screen TVs for his one-bedroom apartment in the Bronx?
You were just doing your job. Don't listen to your father. You know his track record with the authority.
For the last time, Angela, those were not my fingerprints. More importantly, who said you could leave the kitchen?
Susan B. Anthony! Seriously, honey. Where's Julie?
We broke up. She told me that dating a cop was making her crazy. Well, with all the thoughts that would run around in her head. And that she couldn't do it anymore. But you know what she could do? She could do my landlord.
Honey, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
I'm
Do
fine.
you want something to eat?
No, I'm fine. But every day I feel like I take one step forward and 100 steps back.
You haven't been laid in a while, have you, son?
No. 4 months, 6 days, 12 hours.
Vinny?
This is guy talk, Ange, so why don't you go find a room that needs vacuuming?
Are you seeing anybody?
Actually, I am. Her name's Brandy.
Oh, with two E's, with two E's. For the love of God, be with two E's.
What a pretty name. How do you spell it, honey?
B-R-A-N-D-E.
Ah, it's too easy.
Where's she now?
She's at work. She's a correctional officer.
Would that be the best Western correctional facility?
Ha, ha, ha. We're working on a case together. The DOC had to get involved to help us fully profile this guy. He's the Russian drug king of New York City, who also runs around with one of the nastiest gangs. He's got a bunch of priors for just about every charge in the book. Violent as all hell.
How's he not in jail?
His lawyers used every single trick in the book and claimed the chain of custody was broken on some evidence. So he got a mistrial. He's been in hiding ever since. Nobody's been able to find him. But I've been working day and night to try and get even the tiniest lead on him. He's pure evil, Ma.
Like my mother-in-law.
You know, everyone thinks I'm crazy for thinking he's still out there and I'm wasting my time on him. But I'll get him, and I'll get him good. And then they'll stop laughing at Frankie boy and stop saying they have a touch of Zika, so they're not going out. But then when I'm driving home to my empty apartment, I see them all parked outside the TGI Fridays.
Vinny, I'm really worried about him.
Ma, I'm right here.
Vinny, I'm just really worried about him.
Ma, I'm fine. I'm just going through a bit of a rough patch right now. I mean, it would be nice if I could catch a break, or even a criminal. But really, I'm fine.
One more, I'm fine, and I'll believe you.
Where's Mary?
She said she's running late.
She said the same thing freshman year of high school. What about Gina?
She had a 12-hour shift at the hospital. She's finished at 4:30, so she'll be here any minute now.
Ange, tell me why it's just you, me, and the kids tonight. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining that I don't have to see your mother or your sisters or anything. But the last time it was just us, Frank told us he was getting married for the first time. Oh, Jesus, you're getting married again? I mean, 2 failed marriages. Isn't that a sign?
Nobody's getting married, Vin.
Liar! What?
The front door is opened by Gina.
Mom, Dad, your favorite kid is home.
I'm right here.
I know, I saw your car in the driveway.
Hi, sweetie. How was work?
Too long. By the end of the shift, I was ready to hurt myself just so a paramedic would have to pick me up and lay me down somewhere.
That's how your Uncle Benny got out of the can in '82.
I'll be in the kitchen, Gina.
Frank goes and sits next to Vinny as Angela and Gina go into the kitchen.
Did you tell Lyndon you were telling your father tonight?
Funny thing about that, how do I put this delicately? He thinks everybody but you is dead.
What did you just say?
When we first met 4 years ago, Dad was just getting back from the war. Frank was under investigation for that sexual harassment thing, and Mary was starring in a very, very Happy Gilmore. So instead of answering the question, what's your family like with that? I thought everybody died was the best answer.
What the hell's the matter with you? First you lied to your father about being engaged and having this boyfriend for 4 years. Then you lied to Lyndon about his future family?
The only reason I lied to Dad about Lyndon was because I know how much he hates lawyers. I lied to Lyndon because he's the first guy that's ever meant something to me. And I knew if I brought him home, it wouldn't be long before Daddy ruined it.
Do you ever plan on telling Lyndon that your family is in fact alive and well, alive?
No. Exclamation point.
Don't you think at some point while you're at the altar, he might lean over and ask, Gina, who are all these crazy people? I mean, after all this time, he's never asked about them?
He has, but every time he asks, I say I'm on my period and start crying. I guess after I tell Daddy, I'll tell Lyndon, and then all of this will be over. If Detective Depression doesn't blow my cover, what was with that humming before?
Do me a favor and just be nice to him. He's having a rough time right now. Just this morning, his psychiatrist hung himself. He's working on this lost cause of a case that everybody thinks he's nuts for doing. Julie and him just broke up, and now he says he's seeing this correctional officer named Brandy. He says he's fine, but I don't believe him. A mother knows.
Wow.
What?
This just makes me feel better about my life.
Gina!
All right. I'll be nice.
Thank you. Now grab those plates and set the table, please.
Gina grabs the plates and puts them out on the dining room table. Angela follows behind with the silverware. Gina goes and sits next to Frank.
Hey, brother.
What do you want? Money? You know I ain't got none of that.
Mom tells me life came and shit on your front doorstep.
Gina Jamie Petrillo, what did I just say to you? I said be nice, not be an ass.
You know, I'd like to say she's wrong, but honestly, she hit the nail right on the head.
Brandy's a stripper, isn't she?
Yeah.
Attaboy.
She was a suspect in that case I told you about.
Ah, the Russian guy, right?
Yeah.
What was that guy's name?
Ivan Radomir.
The front door is opened by Mary.
Hi guys, this is my new boyfriend, Ivan Radomir.
I never thought my life could be anything but a catastrophe, but then suddenly I begin to see a bit of good luck for Frankie, cause I got a golden ticket. Mary! Have I ever told you you're my favorite sister?
No, but you told me I have more miles than the Jersey Turnpike.
Well, why can't you be both? Now, Ivan Radomir wasn't, Frank, Mary's older brother.
Hello. It's nice to meet you.
Not for very long.
What did you say?
Nothing. Can I get you a drink? Now tell me, do you drink the vodka, or does the vodka drink you?
Hi, Mary.
Why is the poster boy for the suicidal thoughts acting like the world doesn't hate him?
Might have something to do with you bringing the NYPD's most wanted man to Sunday dinner.
God damn it. The donut patrol won't leave me alone. First yesterday with the indecent exposure charge. Any idiot could have clearly seen I was on set and in character filming my new movie.
No Pride and No Prejudice?
Ma, no.
50 Shades of Shame?
No, that comes out next fall. This one's called Dr. Seuss's with a Z. How the Grinch Stole Virginity. And now I come home with Igor.
Ivan.
I come home with IKEA, and that sad sack of shit is gonna ruin my plans. Look at him. He's interrogating Isaac.
Oh, come on, Mary. Don't act like you've never seen that in the living room before.
Now, what line of work are you in, Ivan?
Sales.
Oh, sure.
What are you boys talking about?
Business.
What you do, Frank?
Oh, it's funny you should ask.
He's a party planner. He's gay.
Ivan, have you taken a ride on the merry-go-round yet?
Frank, can I go have a talk with you for a second?
Mary pulls Frank aside into the dining room.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Oh, my job. Oh, I'm sorry. A job is something you do for money and, well, you know a little something about that.
Can you keep the Lady Liberty of Justice in your pants for one night, please? I happen to really like this one.
Now, how about this? You tell me where you met my golden ticket, and if it's true love, then I'll back off.
Okay. I was eating in a very prestigious eatery known for its fried poultry parts. While I was there, I went to a unisex bathroom, and he happened to be in there. He looked at me, and we locked eyes, and I knew it was love at first sight. Breaking news, we just received reports that Detective Dickwad is off the case. So you can go what are you doing? I'm talking to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm pulling up my bullshit translator. I'm just trying to type it in your story now. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Ah, yes, here we go. Wow, the levels of bullshit are radiating. But now for the truth. You were having wings at Hooters about 20 minutes ago, and you walked into the men's bathroom by accident, and your spidey senses started tingling, and you detected the first thing with a pulse, and you locked lips. Oh, sorry, a little more than lips, I guess.
Not gonna lie, that was impressive.
Yeah, it's what I do. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time for me to go fry my little pierogi.
Frank, I'm begging you, don't arrest him. I'll get on my knees and beg you if I have to.
Now look, I know that's where you feel most comfortable, Mary, but we're Italian, not from West Virginia. Sorry about that, Ivan. My sister was just telling me how I should get to know you a little better. Now, do you like games? Okay, good. This one's a real American classic. It's called Where Were You When? Now, I'm going to ask you a question, and you answer, okay? Here we go. Where were you July 7th, 2012?
Ivan, baby, why don't you go talk to my dad, and I'll go help cook dinner with my mom and Gina and the box of crayons over here. So we can get out of here and go play Immigrant and Border Patrol.
Frank and Mary go over to the kitchen. Ivan starts staring at Minnie.
Sprechen Sie English, comrade. Because the elastic band isn't too tight on my pants today, I'm going to give you another chance to answer me before I throw your Cold War ass back to whatever igloo you crawled out of. So how'd you meet my daughter?
She came into bathroom at the Hooters.
Look, it talks. I swear to God, if you don't wipe that stupid grin off your face, Frank is going to be the least of your problems.
Why would Frank be a problem? Is it because he's gay?
You think Frank
Frank is gay?
Mary said he was.
Then he gets up and goes to the kitchen laughing.
I hear you use your baton for more than just swatting away criminals these days. No, Ma, no!
God, I mean, it makes sense. 2 divorces, a breakup with the best girl you'll ever find, and now a girlfriend that's a correctional officer.
Sounds like one of my movies, Escape from Alcatraz.
Here's the food, Mary. Oh, sweetie, why didn't you come out sooner? We would have loved you the same.
Ma, I'm not gay! Mary just blurted that out to Ivan because she's nervous that I'm gonna bust his ass.
If you arrest him, you're going to ruin Gina's big wedding, the Sunday dinner that our mother has worked so hard to prepare. Would you be able to live with yourself if you did that?
You mean, would I be able to live with myself if I ruined the Sunday dinner that our mother, who thought I was as straight as a circle, cooked?
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Ma, let me know when the squad car pulls up. I've got to get back there and probe our special guest. I heard it when I said it.
Frank leaves the kitchen and goes back to the living room and sits next to Ivan.
No, I'm sorry about that, Ivan. Now, getting back to our fun little game from before. Oh, I forgot, there's another way to play. Instead of dates, I ask you if you know people. Okay, here we go.
Frank, no more colorful games. I don't shovel snow on that side of the trees. If you want to wake up with your face intact, you back off now.
Wait, so if I don't back off, you're gonna assault me? Somebody pinch me, I must be dreaming.
Then he walks in and sits down while Angela, Mary, and Gina are still in the kitchen.
What the hell's the matter with you, Mary? I specifically said not to bring anybody tonight because of Gina's announcement.
Yeah, I know, but look at him. He's just so cute. I want to eat him up.
Not near the food. How am I supposed to tell Dad about Lyndon and the wedding with this live episodes of cops going on in our living room?
Oh, come on, it's Frank. He won't ever break Ivan. I think Ivan might break him.
That's enough. He's your only brother, and you both need to be nicer to him, even if he isn't the coolest ice cube in the freezer.
She's reading Reader's Digest again.
Me and your Aunt Maria wrote a poem about gardening. We're waiting to hear back from the digest.
Oh my God. That's just about the saddest sentence I've ever heard in my life. And I work at a hospital.
Keep quiet. Mary, grab the pasta, and Gina, take the tomato salad. Let's eat.
Gina, Mary, and Angela leave the kitchen and put the food on the table.
Ivan, did you have a pet when you were little?
I did have pet when I was a small boy. It was a gray wolf named Stalin.
What a great idea naming a pet after a mass murderer. Hey, kids, I'm gonna get a dog and name it Hitler.
How'd you come across getting a wolf as a pet?
I was playing World War II with friends. And I went to go hide, and I saw a wolf. I tell him, "You're now my pet." And he was from then on.
What a lovely story, Ivan.
You never told me you had a wolf as a pet, baby?
How could he have between the time in the Hooters bathroom and our parents' living room?
I like you.
You can't like her because she's engaged.
Huh?
I meant she's engaged to her job. You know, it doesn't have time for men. Let's eat.
As a medical professional, you have an incurable case of diarrhea of the mouth.
This looks great, Ma.
This is the reason I married you.
Because you had so many other choices. Now, who wants to say grace? How about you, Ivan? Would you like to say grace?
No.
Ivan, you're our guest, and it would really mean a lot to me.
You Americans hard of hearing? What does no mean?
Oh, you got a lot of balls talking to my wife like that.
What did you just say?
Look who's hard of hearing now. I said you talk to my woman like that again, and I'm gonna kick your ass back to whatever frozen shithole you crawled out of. Now sit down and shut up and say grace, or we're gonna have a real problem.
Babushka. Vladimir Lenin.
And get him some water or call Homeland Security.
This traditional Russian blessing.
Yeah, well, last time I looked outside, I didn't see the capital of alcoholism and communism anywhere.
Oh my, Vinny, that's enough! Ivan, please continue, but maybe in English, if you don't mind.
What happens if I do, man?
You're gonna get my foot up your ass.
Frank might like that more than me.
Karma's a bitch! Just because you said that, I'm not gonna beat you senseless. You keep going.
Mosca, Krillin, Joseph Stalin, Ayushka, Vladimir Putin.
Amen.
Amen. So, I got a call from Cousin Marie last night. She wanted to know if we're all coming to the Christmas party.
No, it's April.
That's what I told her. Then all of a sudden, she starts crying and saying nobody loves her and how alone she is. She's going on and on when all of a sudden, I hear this man come up from behind her and go, "Ma'am, here at Stu's, we like to make sure our customers have a pleasant shopping experience." She had this meltdown in the middle of the grocery store.
I've always said she was nuts. All your family is nuts.
And your mother has more whiskers than a baby goat. So, how do you like the food, Ivan?
What do you mean just okay? Are you stupid or just plain stupid?
What did you just call me?
Ivan, drop the knife. I'm not gay or an event planner. I'm Detective Frank Petrillo, NYPD, and you're under arrest.
God damn it, Frank! You couldn't wait to play cop until after your mother passed the sausage! Oh, who are you? Who the hell are you?
I'm Lyndon Hilliard, Gina's fiance. Who
Huh?
are you?
What did you just say to me?
What the hell are you doing here? I told you not to come.
No, you didn't. You told me to come over because to your mom's house because she was upset. So I got her flowers and a new fish. It's a beta fish. I named it Elliot.
No, you idiot! I said don't come because my mom is too upset for company.
Anybody else getting the vibe that this kid had no friends in high school?
Gina, I forgot your middle name. Petrillo! What the hell is going on?
Dad, there's something I've been meaning to tell you. Surprise! I'm getting married.
You're getting married?
Good to see you again, Mrs. Petrillo. I was so sorry to hear about the loss of your fish, Vinny. I brought some flowers and a new fish. I'm also very excited to meet your friends here.
Friends?
Again?
Vinny!
Hi, Lyndon. It's good to see you, too.
Gina, these aren't your mother's friends. What's going on here?
What's going on here is the definition of demented, deranged, and dysfunctional. All sitting at one table.
What are you trying to say?
We're her family, dumbass.
Her family? I thought you all were dead.
Why would you think we were dead? I mean, why would you think that?
Well, Gina told me that you all died a couple years ago. What?
Gina, what the...
Come on!
Okay, that's enough out of the whack pack over here.
For 4 years, you lied to me about your family being dead. Why would you do such a thing? Gina, I'm sorry to get so angry, and to use such language, but why the heck did you lie to me for?
Hey, where did Ivan go?
Frank realizes he's gone. He runs outside to check and then comes back in.
He's gone. Just like my career. I can't believe I thought I even had a chance of making a collar like that. I mean, what were the odds of something like that happening? And I go and blow it. Maybe it's time I listen to everybody at the precinct and just give up.
Sounds like a pretty good idea. I mean, there's another guy you can add to the list of not even saying goodbye. I can't believe that it's okay. I think it's okay to pick up guys in bathrooms. I have a degree in socioeconomics, and the only thing I'm counting to nowadays is a 69.
Stop it, both of you. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Just look at your father. So you both aren't having the best luck right now. But you will, because you two are both so smart and so capable of doing anything you set your minds to. Now stop talking and eat something.
Now, why is that your answer to just about everything?
Honey, I'm Italian.
Gina, I think I'm going to be going now. I feel very out of place. We will have a rational discussion about this later.
Hey, numbnuts. If I'm ever going to let you be a member of this circus, you should know we don't have rational discussions here. We have loud physical arguments in front of everybody.
I'm sorry, sir, but that's not how I was raised. I don't believe in yelling and screaming solves anything.
Oh, you're not Italian, aren't you?
No, ma'am. I'm half French and half English.
You literally could not be made up of anything worse. I'd rather have the Taliban in my living room.
Dad!
God, Gina, why couldn't you bring home a nice Italian guy? There's 1,000 from the neighborhood that would love to go steady with you.
If you can name one guy from the neighborhood who isn't in jail, then I'll drop Lyndon faster than you during your first heart attack.
Paul Ciello, a fine young Italian man. Linda, you get your pimply ass out of my house.
How do you know his ass is pimply?
I just know it's like a line of braille down there.
I just like to say for the record that my butt is not pimply.
Then I hate to burst your bubble, but Paulie's in jail.
Bullshit.
They found tiny bones in the back of his truck.
That could have been anybody's truck.
Dad, you're not getting it. I don't want anyone else. I want Lyndon. I know he's the only one for me. Don't you remember what that's like? To be in love? To find the one?
Oh, do I ever?
Oh God, she's gonna tell the how we met story again.
I was working at this department store named Dippy's on Merrimack.
Mamaroneck.
I was a cashier and Vinny was a stock boy. He always used to come up to the register and try to be funny and flirt with me. I thought it was pretty cute and he seemed like an okay guy at the time. One day at the store I was curling ribbon. He comes out from the back carrying bags of fertilizer. He comes over to the counter and goes, "Ange, my hands are full and my pants are falling down. Can you pull them up for me?" I said, "Absolutely not. What is the matter with you?" He keeps going on and on. Finally, I decide to do it to shut him up. But I didn't want anybody to see. I wanted this to be very quiet. So I walk out from behind the counter and I stick my fingers into the loopholes of his pants when all of a sudden he screams out, "Whoa, why are you touching me there, lady?" And right then and there, for some screwed up reason, I knew he was the one.
What a beautiful story, Mrs. Petrillo.
Oh, God.
But, Gina, I still don't understand why you lied to me. I love you and your family. There's nothing that could ever change that.
You ever heard of a 12-gauge shotgun?
You want the truth?
The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Do you so swear?
I do.
It's like a reflex for him at this point.
Lyndon, to put it simply, you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. I look at you every day and I know I'm marrying my soulmate. You're so kind and warm and sweet and normal. Your family's so civilized and nice to each other. I just thought that if you saw what my American Horror Story episode that I come from, you'd run away screaming. I need you in my life because I don't know what I'd do without you.
What I would not give for a natural disaster right now.
So can I officially meet your family?
Oh, yes, let's do that.
This is Frank, the NYPD's biggest disappointment.
Howdy, girl.
That's Mary, the porn star.
I'm not a porn star, I'm an actress.
Oh yeah, why don't you tell Lyndon the name of your last movie?
The Fantastic Foursome.
Oh, a little bit louder.
The Fantastic Foursome.
Oh my goodness, I love that movie.
You've seen it?
Are you kidding me? I must have seen that 1,000 times. Before I met you, I would stay home every night and just watch that movie over and over again. I beat that thing half to death.
Huh. Yeah, you and every 8th grader in America.
The music in that movie is amazing.
Yeah, okay. And I watched the Kardashians for the story.
I'm sorry for my repetition, but The Fantastic Four is my favorite movie. What part did you play, Mary?
Lyndon, you noodle! She wasn't in the Fantastic Four! She was in the Fantastic Foursome!
You see that? That's the face on our family crest right there.
Well, you know my mom, the glue of this family, and the semi-normal one. And lastly, my father, who's the reason the Law & Order franchise will never end.
Hello, Petrillos. My name is Lyndon Hilliard.
I don't know how I didn't realize it before, but your name, Lyndon, like the cookie.
No. Lyndon as in President Lyndon Baines Johnson.
You want a medal?
So, Lyndon, tell us about yourself.
Well, I was born on November 12th, 1985 from my mother Sharon in White Plains Hospital. It was 12:11 p.m. and I was emergency C-section because I was choking myself with the umbilical cord.
Why in the name of shit would you think we wanted to know that?
Dad, can you try and be nice? Lyndon was trying to tell us how he almost choked himself to death.
He shouldn't have stopped.
Dad!
Fine! Larry, tell us about yourself.
For starters, I'm an attorney at law.
You're a lawyer?
Yes, sir. I'm a prosecutor. I work for the DA's office.
I feel a third heart attack coming on.
You don't even look like a lawyer. You look like somebody who got touched by their uncle as a kid. I wouldn't let you represent a pubic hair. I mean, for once, why can't my kids bring home somebody normal like me?
Normal, like you. All right, kids, who's up first?
Oh, you mean normal like you? Yeah, if I brought a normal girl like you home who shoots the neighbor's cats and puts them in garbage cans outside.
You want me to bring a normal guy like you home who gets pulled over with no license, no registration, and a gun in his pocket?
You want me to bring a normal guy like you who doesn't have a firm stance on how wrong murder is?
For the record, I never wanted kids. Your mother tricked me every once in a while by saying, "Come upstairs, Vin, and help me make a sausage and pepper sandwich." So naturally, I go up
I'm
and...
sorry, sir, to interrupt, but how does making a sandwich in your upstairs kitchen get your wife pregnant?
Buns were stuffed.
Like a hot dog bun?
You've never seen a bun, have you, Lyndon?
Mary! How dare you ask someone you don't even know such a personal question?
Oh, so no?
Maybe I would have known him sooner, but... Oh, that's right. He thinks I dropped dead.
Actually, Mary, Gina told me you were stabbed several times by a client and left to die behind a dumpster.
Honestly, not our worst Wednesday night. How'd you get rid of me?
You were shot in the line of duty.
Very honorable of you, Gina.
Wait for it.
It's like you don't even know me. You were shot in the line of duty on the assembly line at your second job at Cooper's Cookie Clubhouse.
That sounds nice right about now.
How'd you whack your old man?
The elastic waistband on your jumpsuit?
Tracksuit! This is a tracksuit. Prisoners wear jumpsuits. Am I in prison right now?
Well, not right now.
I'm sorry. The elastic waistband on your tracksuit pants cut off the circulation while you were sleeping and you never woke up.
From your lips to God's ears, honey.
Anja, you hear that?
No, what?
It's the sound of dishes that need washing.
What's your family like, Lyndon?
For starters, my mother does what you do, Mrs. Petrillo.
Bitch and moan?
She's a homemaker, and my father was a lawyer, and his father was a lawyer, so I decided to join the family business.
You know, my dad wanted me to join the family business too, but leaving horse heads in people's beds didn't seem very fulfilling to me.
Mr. Petrillo, I think this would be a good time to talk about the wedding, and what I want from you and Mrs. Petrillo. What I was thinking was that you and my dad will come into the church together and speak to the guests, and I have a speech prepared for you, and a few jokes I might add.
You son of a bitch!
Vinny lifts the man in his chair.
Dad! Vinny, put him down now!
Where do you get the balls coming into my house and telling somebody you just met a half hour ago what you want them, you prick? Gina, you're supposed to be the one with half a brain in this family. You should have never told me you were getting married.
So does this mean no dessert?
Don't cry. You know he doesn't handle change well.
Would it really been the worst thing for you to tell him, Gina?
Yeah, really. I don't understand why you lie so much. You really make me feel like I mean nothing to you.
Yeah, really. As if my job was to make me feel worse enough. Now you're
Is this how you all solve an argument? With another argument? If that's how this works, then I don't want to be a part of this family. I know I shouldn't have said that to you, Mr. Petrillo, but I'm not used to this big Italian family like this. Heck, even all this food. When I was growing up, my parents were never around. They were always in the courtroom or at some fundraiser that wasn't for kids. When Gina told me that you were dead, I thought to myself that this poor girl is never going to have a big family of her own. When I was little, I dreamed of a big family holidays and big meals, all sitting around the table, laughing and just being a family. That's why I was so impulsive before, because finally, my dreams are coming true.
I shouldn't have lied. I was just scared. I shouldn't have been. Because this is my family. For better or for worse. I really do love them all. And now I gotta make things right with Dad.
Yes, you do. I know that man better than he knows himself. And you know how your father is when he starts to, feel things. He gets angry. He gets physical. He too much. Listen to me, I'm describing my honeymoon. But Gina, he for once has a reason to be upset. For 4 years, you hid the man you're going to marry from him, the man you expect to pay for your wedding. I know him better than he knows himself, and he's hurt. He's hurt because you lied to him. He hates more than anything when his kids lied to him about anything. For as screwed up as that man is, his heart is in the right.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I might have died. Sorry.